Hello, I am here to do some makeup. I'm still working on my setup. I think this is better than the last one I did. But let's just get right into it because I don't really have time to spare. So let's see here. I already did lotion on my face. Today for foundation, I'm going to start with my foundation. I'm going to use a damp beauty sponge. I'm trying to use up this KVD Good Apple foundation. It's like a balm. Not my favorite foundation, but I bought it, so I'm gonna try to use this up. It's a little bit dark for me right now, and I'm gonna be outside. So what I'm gonna do is, and I've done this before where I've used just normal lotion and I put it on my hand, and then I take some of this and kind of mix it up to like thin it out, because this is very full coverage and I'm into like more of a medium to light coverage these days. Plus I'm gonna be outside and this does not have sunscreen in it. So I'm gonna take a little bit of my Think Everyday Face tinted sunscreen, and I'm gonna take a dab, put it on my hand. And then I'm going to dip into this. And mix these together on my hand. And the tint is lighter, so that should lighten it up and kind of like thin it out, because the tint isn't full coverage. Okay, this is still pretty full coverage, but whatever. I wanted to like thin it out like I did with my lotion, but that's all right. I feel like once I bounce this in, it'll be slightly less coverage than if I would have just done the foundation alone. I'm just gonna go over my eyes because, like I said, I'm gonna be outside, so if I can get some sunscreen on my eyes, that would be nice too. This foundation does blend out really nice, I will say that. I just feel like it's heavy on my skin. It is glowier, which I've been into glowier foundations lately, but the coverage is a little much for me right now for what I'm into. And yeah, I don't know, it just feels heavy on my skin, but it blends out beautifully, so can't deny that. So yeah, I'm gonna probably skip concealer today. I want that sunscreen coverage. And I don't know, I'm not a huge concealer girl anyway. I'll put a little dot for my eyes sometimes, but okay. We're blended out nicely. Skin's looking good. While I let this kind of like dry down and soak in, let's do the brows. So let's comb them. And then I'm gonna fill them in Burt's Bees pencil, which needs to be sharpened. This one's pretty old, so we'll see if this works or not. If it doesn't, I have a newer one. So makeup look I'm going for today, summery, glowy, sparkly on the eyes, shimmer, natural-ish. That's the vibe. I've been into like the clean girl makeup lately. I don't know, and people are trying to get back into like 2016 makeup, but I'm not fully, well, sometimes I'm in the mood to do like a color eyeshadow look or whatever, so that's always fun. But in general, I'm not into the full beat 2016 makeup at the moment. I'm a little late to the clean girl aesthetic, but I don't really care. I'm into it. So, okay. Eyebrows are filled in. I think I'm gonna go for fluffy brow today. So, let's see here. I'm gonna do a soap brow. Wet it down, get a spoolie, dig it in. Fluff them up. I just trimmed my brows today so that they're not too out of hand with the fluffiness. And then I'll have to touch it up above the eyebrow a little bit. Okay, need some more water in my okay, they're looking a little crazy right now, and I kind of like wiped off some of my foundation above, but we will fix it once they dry down. Trust the process, please and thank you. Okay, I need to quit messing with them. I'm done. I'll fix them later. Okay, let's fan down my face. And then I'm gonna do some cream blush. What is this? Eel Ho On The Go blush. Lips and cheek. This is super pigmented, so just gonna tap it on lightly. It's pretty. You know, if this KVD foundation didn't feel so heavy on my skin, I'd probably be a lot more into it, because then I could just like thin it down like I have been. Or if it was just a medium coverage, I'd probably be more into it. But it's a full coverage, which some people really like. I know when I was having really bad acne, full coverage was my girl. Okay, dry this down. Don't mind my hair, I'm letting it completely air dry before I fix it. I did kind of like a rough dry with it. All right, so to set my face, I'm gonna use Coty Airspun, and then I'm gonna use kind of like a smaller fluffy brush. Let's get these creases out of the eyes. And set that down first. I don't know, I haven't been liking using my powder puff to set as much, because I feel like it just kind of makes, like, especially around my eyes, just look kind of like dry and crusty. So I've been liking setting with the brush so that I can, I don't know, set it more lightly. And then I feel like it doesn't look as crusty. All right, I'm gonna take an even smaller one and get below my eye here. And in. Yeah, see, that looks so much better than when I do it with a puff. I'm just taking a little bit of powder, tapping off any excess, and patting it around my eye. I'll have to set the top of my lid. Yeah, I don't know, I just feel like that looks a little better than going in with the puff. And especially since I've been trying to look glowy. Okay, I'm gonna go in with a bigger fluffy brush now. Take a little powder. Set the T-zone. I've just been using less powder in general too. Kind of keep that glowy look. And take a little bit. I do still have oilier skin, so I do still like to lightly set my whole face. Just lightly. A little bit more powder concentrated in my T-zone. See, and I don't even think, like, look at my under eyes. I don't think they look bad without concealer. Like, I don't need a super bright under eye, I feel like. Sometimes I do the concealer, sometimes I don't. Today was not the day. Okay, let's bronze. I have some loose bronzing powder. It's super old. I'm trying to like use it up. So we will bronze with that. Tapping excess on my hand and then using the excess just to, I don't know, I'm just used to, or I'm not, I'm into using a little less makeup lately. Unless I am getting photographed. Like if I were to be in a wedding, give me all the makeup because you're just gonna photograph so much better with a full beat, let's say. But normal day to day, I've been into a little less makeup, even though this is definitely looking kind of full coverage, but you know what I mean. I'm trying to use up that KVD stuff. Okay, and get a little bit down the neck. Yeah, I don't know, this foundation just feels so heavy on my skin. Okay, and then I'm getting kind of like a harsh line here, so let's get this all blended. Blended in my chin. And then let's take my big fluffy brush and kind of take some of it away down here. So I don't get that harsh line. There we go. Okay, I'm gonna take a little bit more smaller brush again. Setting powder in T-zone. Carve out the cheek a little. Stipple it in. Get everything nice and blended around the chin area. Add a little bit more to the T-zone. And then I'm gonna take a lighter powder foundation and kind of like a flattish brush and help my eyebrows out just a hair. Make sure that's blended. Mixing up which brushes I've been using. Okay. I don't know if I really need any more blush. So I think I'm going to skip any more blush. I think this was dark enough. Okay, I'm trying to get this so it's not dark on my face. Here's how we're looking. Okay, let's do the eyebrow, or I mean eyes. I'm gonna take my e.l.f. fluffy brush and the same bronzer I was using and sweep that like all over the lid. And it worked in. Build my crease for my hooded eye. I've been wanting to try to do this more so that I'm not like flexing my forehead wrinkles. So maybe I will practice that. And using that same bronzer will just make everything look nice and cohesive. Why is this so dark? Is that better? Why is my face so dark? Okay. And not only do I have hooded eyes, but my eyes are like different shape. So I feel like I have to like build my crease. Like this eye is more hooded than this eye. So I always feel like I need to like build this or like use more eyeshadow on this eye in my crease and whatnot. Okay, get that nice and let's see if I can. I don't know how to brighten it. I'm sorry. I'll try to brighten it while I'm editing or when I'm done filming. Okay, and then I'm gonna keep the eyes pretty simple and just do a nice shimmer. Oh, it is already starting to separate on my eyes. Okay, before I do that, I'm gonna take fluffy brush and set under my eyes again. Maybe I should have used the puff and made them look all dry and crusty. But this is the thing about this foundation is I feel like it goes into your lines very easily after you've been wearing it for a while. Okay. I'm gonna find like a shimmery. I'm gonna go for this pinky shimmery tone. And I'm just gonna basically swipe that all over the lid. Match my pink shirt. I'm gonna bring it up past my actual crease. That's another thing. I haven't been into like darkening my outer V as much when I'm doing like a more, I don't know, a different type of eye look. I will still do it, but I don't know, I've just been into like more shimmery, natural, glowy. I'll stop saying that. You guys get the picture. Again, bringing it up past my actual crease. Here's another instance where I should be holding my eyebrow up with my powder puff. Too late to do that now. And then take my fluffy brush, blend the edges. This one needs to come out a little bit more. I've also been into like a glitter or like shimmery browns on the lid, really pretty. All right, nothing too crazy. And then for, I'll wipe away. I need to follow it. For my lower lash line, where's my, I have green on it at the moment from Pickle Fest. So let's wipe that off. And then let's find a little bit of a darker brown. I'm gonna try this like warm brown. Mostly just on the outer half. Again, trust the process. Okay, and then I'm going to take this brush and a little bit of my Coty Airspun on there, just a hair, and kind of blend and smoke this. And then I'm going to take a little bit of my bronzer and diffuse the edge. Soften it up a little. There we go. Now we're talking. Yep. Yep. Let's wipe my nose a little bit. Okay, and then let's do some highlight. So I have this e.l.f. Halo Glow highlight, and I'm gonna put some on the back of my hand. Tap it in. It does go over powder pretty good. Tap it up. A little bit more out. This might be one of my best makeup looks I've come up with. All right. Got the glow. It's not blinding, but it's pretty. I'm gonna put a little bit more on this cheek actually. Okay, I'm stopping myself. Stop. All right, and then I'm gonna skip liquid eyeliner because I'm going for like the soft look. I don't want a harsh eyeliner or anything. I'm definitely gonna have to bring my blotter sheets for my oil because in a couple hours I'm looking glowy now. In a couple hours I might be looking kind of greasy. So let's do a lash. Shop Miss A lashes. And Shop Miss A lash glue. Get my tweezers at the ready. I like doing my lashes. Quality of the lashes from Shop Miss A, not the best. They do the job though. They just take a little extra work. I just ordered a bunch more lashes too from Amazon. I put in a mega Amazon order. I'm so excited. And I always try to make sure I get extra glue on like the end so the end doesn't pop off. I've been struggling to put my lashes on lately. They've been wonky and crooked, but I never care to like actually fix them. So I just go with it and try to fix it with mascara as best I can. Okay, I'll let that dry down. Make sure that inside edge isn't popping off. All right, let's move to the other side. Sometimes if you're reusing, you can pick some of the old glue off with your tweezers. If it's looking a little chunky. Oh, this is not going great. There we go. Wait for that one. Dry down. All right, while we wait, gotta fix the drip in my nose. While we wait, let's do lower lash line mascara. Il Maquillage mascara, not my favorite, but does the job. I'll probably say that in every single video to my 0 watchers, but that's okay. There we go. All right, I think I'm ready to put some mascara on this eye. Blend them together as best as I can. Yeah, I've been really struggling with my lashes lately. Don't judge me. Don't judge the lashes, okay? While I wait for this one to dry completely, I'm gonna put a little bit of Aquaphor on my lips. Aquaphor now, SPF chapstick later. And let's do mascara on this one now. All right. Well, let's pat down my wrinkles. I think we're done. Oop. All right. Here's the final glowy, natural summer makeup look. There we have it. All right. Maybe see you in the next one. Bye.